Hello everyone, I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Today I finally got my hands on something that people have been asking for. That is the new Talon 1 from Giant. Alright, I want to be honest with everyone. This video is going to be a little bit lower in the quality department, only because this bike came into the shop. There were two total mountain bikes left in the bike shop. If you've been following the channel, I have been reviewing bikes, not really reviewing, I've been doing these unboxings. I don't like to ever say I'm reviewing a bicycle unless I've ridden the thing for a couple months. That's the only true way, in my opinion, you get a feel for a bike. I wanna show everyone these bikes because they're hard to get your hands on right now. Giant's website hasn't really been the best up to date. No fault of their own because they're trying to get us bikes. This bike came in, it was pretty much sold whenever we brought it out of the box. I didn't catch the unboxing portion of it, but I at least got some video of this bike. I'm gonna go over the specs with you guys. And if you do have any questions about the bike, just feel free to put it in the comments. I will do my best. I want to thank everybody for supporting my little channel. It's great. I have had a huge response. So if you do like this content, like, subscribe. I want to thank you guys so much. You're all awesome. Let's get to the bike shop. Let's unbox this bike. Well, we're not actually unboxing it. Let me show you some videos I got of this bicycle. Well, here it is, guys and gals, the brand new Talon 1 2021 from Giant Bicycles. So this is a brand new Talon from Giant, and I want to go over the sizing for this bike first because that is something huge that they did change. If you had looked at the Talons in previous years, they had a 29 line and they had a 27.5 line. This is, they kind of make it a little bit easier to understand for the consumer, I think. You basically are buying a Talon 1. No matter what wheel size you get, it is still a Talon 1. The frame is the same between the 29er and the 27.5. But what they're basically doing, what they call it, is that riders can choose a bike that best fits their body and riding style. They're not really limiting anybody, which I think is a good thing. So they have the 29-inch wheels, they have a small, medium, large, extra large, and finally an extra large. I'm waiting to see what the geometry is on the XXL. Not that I would ever ride one, but I've had some tall people that I needed something a little bigger than an XL. The 27.5-inch wheel is available in 4 sizes, one less, so it's extra small, small, medium, and large. And then the extra small and small bikes have 80 millimeters of suspension on the fork, whereas the medium and larges have 100. I think they're kind of bringing the more entry-level hardtails, compacting the range a little bit. The Talon 1 is going to be the same frame, and you can pick what size and wheel size you want now, which is good. The only time you can't pick is if you need that XXL or you need the extra small. With that out of the way, let us move along to the specs of the bike. I think this thing got some upgrades, maybe a little downgrade here and there, but for the person that is looking to buy this bike, I think it is spec'd appropriately. Well, I will give you my first impressions at the end. Let's just go over the specs and I'll tell you what I think about the bike. So the fork is nothing amazing. It's like any other fork that's gonna be on a bike that's sub $1,000. It is actually an air spring fork, so there's not actually like a coil spring in there. It's a preset from the factory air spring. Like I said, it's either gonna be 100 mil or an 80 depending on size. Still quick release. It is the standard Alux grade aluminum frame. It is not the Alux SL that is coming on the awesome looking new XTC. One of the biggest upgrades that I really like on this bike, it is coming with a 1x10? I think it's a 10, isn't it? Yeah. So it is a 1x10 Shimano Derailleur. You know, this Derailleur does have the clutch on it. The previous generation of this bike didn't come with a clutch rear derailleur. I can't recall if it was a 1x or not, but I know that it didn't come with a clutch derailleur, at least the ones that we had didn't. It's coming with Recon tires, which is super nice. The wheels are, you know, Giant proprietary, but they are not tubeless. It was last year or maybe the year before This bike, the Talon 1, that was around $800, $750, was coming with tubeless wheels and tires on it, which I thought was pretty cool for that. They are no longer doing the tubeless wheels and tires at this price point, but I'll come back to that in a little bit. The brakes, they're Tektros, they're hydraulic, they work. They're nothing amazing, but they are a mineral oil based brake, which I think is the way to go every time. So the crankset, it's a pro wheel. It's gonna be either a 30 tooth or 32 tooth. This bike does not come with a dropper. It does have internal cable routing, and they do have a port, so you can run a dropper internal if you wanted to upgrade this bike. Now, before we move along to weighing this sucker, I wanna say what I think Giant's doing here, because some people have said, why aren't the wheels tubeless? Like, Giant's put tubeless wheels on a $750 bike before. I think they are marketing this bike to a true entry-level beginner cross-country or mountain bike rider in general. And I think they've done a phenomenal job. Tubeless wheels and tires. Everybody knows tubeless wheels and tires. Well, most people know tubeless wheels and tires are the way to go when you're riding a lot. But if you let those things sit for a month and you don't get to ride and the bead pops off, it is a lot more of a headache to try and get them pumped back up. That is one reason I think Giant went with just doing a tubed rim and wheel set. I mean, it does save money. I'm not gonna act like it doesn't for Giant, but for someone starting out, I think this is the perfect balance of a beginner bike, but set up to where you're not gonna be PO'd when you leave the trail because you can't handle some of the terrain, or stuff's breaking because it's a crappy rear derailleur on it. The base model Talon from previous generations, that was our #1 thing that would break on it. It's the rear derailleur. Most people buying a $500 to $800 bike, they're just starting out. And that's what this bike is designed for. Someone that wants to actually ride mountain bike trails, but is kind of green to the sport. I think this bike would be a bike if someone wants to get into the sport and get their feet wet, but have no idea what they want. They're just green. This is a perfect bike to buy, and then in 2 years from now, you can turn around and probably sell it for $400 to $500. So first impressions, thumbs up, I like. Let's get to the weight, and yeah. I don't think it matters.
Less than 30 and a half.
30 and a half?
I don't know. I would say like 29 and a half.
That seat's
29.68.
30.03. 32.
32. You want to press
29,
kilograms?
Yeah, definitely do the kilo. It's under 30 pounds. That's not bad.
Sounds like
I know this was a shorter video than normal. I know there wasn't as much of me actually showing the bike. You know, I had to do it a little different because this bike sold relatively fast. I didn't have time to film it like I would like to. But yeah, I really wanted to still put it out here because I don't know when the next one's coming in. So stick around for the next video, guys. I'm gonna do the Trance X. Anyway, thank you all for sitting through the video with me, and I will see you in the next one. Later.